If you're interested in comic book conservation, please join us on Facebook at the Comic Book Conservation Community, where we have a gathering of experts in the industry, and you can ask all of your questions that you need to know about what you need to do to conserve and preserve these beautiful works of art. Please join Dr. Paul from Liberty Hill Comics, Phantom Phil from Phantom Restorations, and myself, Captain Larry from Flying Owl Comics, every Sunday night on YouTube at 8:35 p.m. Eastern. We talk about everything comic conservation and what's happening in the market. So please come join us. You can find us at Liberty Hill Comics on YouTube and Flying Owl Comics on YouTube. Well, this is probably one of the ugliest purchases I've made, but frankly I couldn't resist it. So this is Captain Marvel Adventures number 20, or correction, number 14. This is from 1942. It's in rough shape. It's lost all its sheen. It's got a horrendous spine roll, as you can see. We're going to correct that. Uh, all in all, it appears to be complete. All the pieces are here. They're folded over, so we're not going to pick at those too much. Got a little hole here. I don't think this is going to be any leaf casting. I don't see any tape. The staples are still intact. Let's look at this front. That looks like to be just a scuff where it's removed, where the ink is removed. Yeah, there's no hole through here. It looks like it's got a lot of. It's either dirt or foxing. It's hard to tell at this point, but the back is in really rough shape. We're going to definitely give this a complete bath. So let's take a look at the rest of the book. This is a thick book, which is something they did back in the day. Let's see how many pages this actually has. 66 pages, so that's a lot of wraps. So this is going to be one of the longer projects. As you can see, the corners are folded over on most of these. This book has been well read. I see some interior foxing here. A lot of dirt. What we want to do is go straight to the center of the book and make sure all the wraps are complete. I don't see anything in here. This is just all dirt. This will clean up nicely. Okay, there's 32, 33, and the center wrap is here, but it is detached. I can see it's folded over right there. All the pieces are good. So this book is complete. It's got some pretty horrible fold marks in here, 34, 35. That's what we're looking for. So what we're going to do, we're going to conserve this book. We're going to make it look pretty again, or at least we're going to try to. Let's continue on through here. I don't see any tears, really. It's a dirty book. It's been stored in unprotected in an attic, most likely. The spine roll obviously is really bad. We got some tears in here. Let's look at this back cover again. This looks like it might, I see this hole here. It goes through the book. This looks like a wormhole. Yeah, this most definitely is a wormhole. I'm not going to fill this. It's just not worth it. If there's a lot of wormholes or something bigger, we would go after it. Again, it's pretty hideous looking. But this will make a. Let's see if we can clean this up. I think it could look really nice once it's done. Okay, with a book like this, we need to check the staples. When it's got spine damage like this and the staples appear rusty, I'm going to go ahead and let me just rather move the camera and hold it up here and let the autofocus take place. But you see how dark they are. Now there's a bit of rust. It could be patina. We won't know till we get the staples out. There's a little bit of dusting around it, so we'll see. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the center of this book. Take out this center wrap here. Set that to the side for a second. And what we want to do is go straight to the staple here. Let's take a look at this. Looks like it's detached from this wrap, so this wrap will take some repair. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely the bottom wrap is there. The top wrap is still attached. So what we're going to do is we'll start here with this top staple. I'm going to bring the camera down here so you can take a closer look at the work. Okay, so what we're looking at here is some busted paper. Right here, let me fold this over so you can take a closer look. Now this is all busted out paper here, probably, yeah, it looks like it's still, there might be something left of the previous center wrap. So what we want to do is try to gently get these staple arms up. Okay, there's one right there. Once you've got one, you got a pretty good chance. And I am using a Teflon coated tool. So we don't want to mar these staples because our intent is to reuse them. Now I'm keeping pressure on this bottom leg here, and I'm only tipping this up at a slight angle, not a full vertical 90. Now, as you know from my previous videos, this is how we remove the staples without actually destroying more paper inside the book. So this bottom leg is really pressed in there. So I'm going to see if I can manipulate it with just the head of a tweezer. I'm going to have to do a paper repair on this wrap anyway. So if I poke it, that's okay. I just don't want to go too far. There we go. So all I want to do is lift it up from the bottom side. And again, we're going to get this leg up. And on these Golden Age books, it's very common for one staple leg to be longer than the other. And my experience is always this bottom leg. And I can tell right away that there is a total difference here. So now what we do to get this staple out is I'm going to put my hand here on the back side. And rather than just pull it straight out, which is not what we want to do, you can see the angle of the staple there. We're just going to push on this shorter leg up top. I'm just going to push this through and then feel for it on the front of the cover here. Now it's, there we go, I got my hands on it. Now we're not going to pull it out. What we're going to do is we're going to rotate it through here. See what I'm doing here? And once we get it like that, we're going to turn it 90 degrees to the page, and we're just going to continue pulling it through and rotating it, and this way it doesn't rip up any paper on the other wraps. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. You can see how this is the bottom leg here, and this is the top, how they have a significant difference in leg length. And this is the angle I like to keep them at. So if we try to straighten it out vertically, like you would think when it went in, the bend point right here, I call it almost like a choke point. Right about here where this tweezer tip is on both sides, that would flex outwards. Yeah, you have a 90 degrees, but now this bar, this horizontal part, which you see optically in the book, will be bent. It'll be bent here, and it'll be bent here. So we want to keep this shape for your staple. So what I'm going to do with this now is I prepared a backing board here for Captain Marvel, and this is the top staple. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place this in its position right there, and that's going to go underneath the T. Then we'll come back to our book here. I'll raise the camera back up. I'm not the best cameraman, folks, so I apologize. Okay, so now this wrap is now free. So we'll go ahead and pull this wrap out. We'll take the center wrap and we'll put them together now. And we'll keep going. And now it looks like here is our bottom staple on this wrap. So the next step is to do the same procedure here. We'll bring this back down. And I want you to notice, you hear us refer to witness marks in comic conservation. What we're talking about is the marks that the staples make in the paper. Now you notice this is put in pretty well. So I'm going to again do the same thing. I'm going to press down this bottom staple. I'm going to try and get this one up just a hair. You see this paper is busted. You got to remember when staples go into a book, they don't. There's not a hole there. It pierces it, and when you pierce something, it blows everything outwards. So that's what this is paper blow. So now we'll get this same deal with this bottom one. I'm going to get this tip right underneath here. Now this page is intact, so I really don't want to make any new holes in it. So I'm going to be very gentle here. All I want to do is raise it up enough to get the spatula underneath like this. There we go. And we're just going to rotate this up again. There we go. Now, same process. I'm going to tip it over here on its side. We're going to push on the staple, rotate it through just like that, 90 degrees, and continue rotating it all the way out like that. Again, here's our staple. And now this one, it's hard to see in the camera. I'll see if I can angle it. You can see the legs are shiny here, but there's rust here at the top on this top the staple. Now what we're going to do, we are going to treat the rust on the staple before we reuse it. But for right now, we're just going to set this aside, put it on the remainder of the backer board right here. Fold that down right under B for bottom. Okay, so now we're done until we're ready for reassembly, or in this case, I'm going to clean the staples first, chemically. All right. Okay, so now all of these wraps are free. We're going to go ahead and separate the body of the book from the cover, because the cover it's in pretty bad shape. Okay, these, because of the horrid spine roll, it's not bad. You can see everything matches. But we're going to fix all of these pages. We're going to clean them, de-acidify them, press them flat. Basically, they're going to look, they're not going to look like new, but they're going to look better than what they look like right now. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so for those of you who haven't seen my other videos, I'm going to walk you through how we're cleaning this, straightening everything out. So I've got my trusty tray. This is nothing more than a serving tray from Walmart. I put clear tape over the sides here. That's to keep the liquid, and we are going to wet clean this. So I have the cover here. Let's take a look at both sides. I mean, it's got some tanning, it's got some dirt, foxing, things like that. We're going to straighten this out. Now, what we want to be careful with is holes and folds. So this hole here, we got this warm hole here. I've got some discoloration down here. I'm not sure what it is. It's kind of slightly blued, but we're going to watch everything very carefully when we do this. So I've got a piece of Hollytex underneath in the tray. We're going to lay this on top. We're going to make a sandwich. I'm going to take another piece of Hollytex and lay it across the top. And the corner we've got to watch out for is this. I don't want to fold it over now because this is dry, and if I try to fold it now, it's just snap right off. So what we're going to do is just cover everything, and we're going to do a calcium hydroxide bath with surfactant. Surfactant is soap. Now, I use Triton X-100. Just a little bit in here. If you want to see the recipe, just look down in the description, and you'll find all of the references and how to make it. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this on here, but what we want to watch and monitor is ink loss. Older books, if some of the sizing is gone, we need to really be careful. And if I start seeing anything other than tans from acids come off, like something blue, or in this case red from here, blue from here, blue from here, getting into the liquid while we're soaking this, then I have to stop. So all I'm going to do here is just smooth this out, let the book uptake a lot of the liquid. I'm going to go ahead and fold this corner down here now. Put this back down. So now that corner is good to go. So I'm going to flip this, and this is the reason we use two pieces of Polytex. It makes it a lot easier to grab and manipulate the book. I'll flip this over. Now the surfactant, or soap, and don't use dish soap, folks, because it contains dyes, fragrances, and proprietary cleaning agents that we know nothing about. So now this cover is going to be completely flat again. And you can see how dingy and all these spots are. We don't know if this is going to come out, but we do know we're going to de-acidify this. I'll flip this over once more. And now I'm just going to agitate this a little bit. And what we're looking for is, I'm going to tip it down in this upper corner by Captain Marvel's name here in the upper right. And what we're looking for is, what color is the solution? Right now it's still remaining fairly clear. So right now that's telling me that there's still sizing left in the cover, and the ink is being retained, which is good, because all we really want to do at this point is get this flat, and then we're going to dry it. And once it's flat and dry, that makes it so much easier to clean via dry cleaning or however. A lot of times I just do a wet clean on it, and it's like giving anything a bath. But in this particular case, I don't see it releasing a lot of dirt or acids, and no ink. So we don't know the history of this book or how it was stored. So for right now, I'm going to let this soak for a few minutes, and we'll pause the video and we'll come back. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes now. So what we need to do is we're going to pour off this solution. Then we're going to rinse it 2 more times in just calcium hydroxide, no surfactant, no cleaning agents. We got to get all this, basically get the soap out. So I'm going to scoot this off to the side here, and we're going to bring in our beaker. And we want to pour this off, and I'm going to just kind of roll this around a little bit more. See, a lot of dirt has come off into the solution. You can see it down here in the corner. So, and you notice there's some green tint to that. That's probably ink loss from the yellows mixed with the blues, and that's not uncommon, but it's not really horrifically significant. Okay, so now I tip this a little bit. You can see the color is very dark. It's green, and a lot of it is dirt. So we're going to go ahead and run our rinse through this. I'll do it 2 more times, then we'll come back and take a look at everything. Okay, we've already had our third rinse, basically. Um, Now what we want to do is dry it off so we can work with it. As you can see through here, I don't know. This book is 80, almost 83 years old. So it's accumulated a lot of dirt. A lot of it came off during the rinses. But let's go ahead and we're going to dry this off. And then we're going to put it in the press. And we're going to dry it under a mild heat of about 130 degrees. And only for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to swap out the paper towels. Remember, this is going to get cleaned. All we're after right now is to make sure it's flat. And we'll do any repairs that we need to do at that time. I don't think we have any repairs to the cover. The staple holes look to be intact. The book will be conserved. That center two wraps are detached. So we are going to have to put some Japanese paper in there, and that will reinforce everything. Okay, I'll take this off. And as you can see, the paper lightens up quite well. And what we're going to do is we'll take this sandwich away and we'll get it pressed and dried clean. We'll be back here in a couple minutes. If you liked today's video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. That way you can get a notification when I have a new video coming out or a follow-up to this one.